there as well as the guys that were actually in long tan. And so just being around them, hearing them talk and how they talk to each other and how they talk about their experiences, you just try and be a sponge and take all that in. And then, as Trev said, when it comes to Jamie saying action, you just try and give everything you can to the other bloke, and they'll give everything back to you. And you know, we've got these small moments in this film, and they're so weighted. So yeah, as Trev said, you just give everything you can, and you'll get it back.
I'm going to come to you in a second, Dan. I heard a phone there, and I actually want to make an unusual point. Please take your phones out. We're no longer an IP protected part of the film. This is done to promote the film. So if you want to take a photo, if you want to share some of this on social media, these guys can say some great stuff. It's a great way to get the film out there. So for rare times, please use your phone in this cinema. Dan, you're playing real characters, and there's real people, many of whom are alive or have relatives who are still alive. How do you prepare for that part of this role? And it's such an extraordinary and essentially unique story.
Yeah, I mean it's quite overwhelming just to think about the people attached to it, the people who live this experience and their families. And I found that quite hard to comprehend to start with. So I focused on just looking at as much as I could who Paul Lard was, and I was lucky enough to get a bunch of letters that he wrote back to his family and that friends wrote of him that really illustrated really who he was. Like you felt his character and his personality through these stories. There's so many funny little anecdotes and things, like he hated the American beer that he had to drink, and he was always asking his mum to send him new beer, more beer, and how good fresh tomatoes tasted, and he wished he brought a bigger toothbrush over with him so he could scare the Viet Cong when they saw him. They'd think how big the ugly bloke must be because he's got this giant toothbrush. So this is like this sense of humor and his point of view on the war and some of the things he got involved with. That was probably the biggest insight into, because there's nothing online. I didn't have time to go and to call and meet his family and talk to them. So yeah, it was really these letters that sort of opened it up to me.
Nicholas, the military side, these are meant to be both fresh, in many cases fresh soldiers who don't necessarily know everything inside out, but at the same time, you've got to respect their abilities. How do you prepare on that side of things? How do you get ready to sort of, do the technical parts of this, the being a soldier parts?
I mean, we did a week-long boot camp before shooting started. That mate John helped us out a lot. But I mean, there's really not much you can do to prepare technically for something like that. I mean, we learn how to reload guns and be in formation, but there's nothing you can do. I mean, I was talking to parents after they were saying it last night. It's just like imagining me, the kid, at 19, going into battle like that, having to learn all that stuff, just coming out of school and going to battle and war. It's uncomprehendable. It's just, and me as an 19-year-old going to battle would just be stupid to think of. And you can't really prepare for that mentally. I mean, as I was keep saying, you don't really know when the camera's on you what you're really feeling, and then they turn the cameras around on the VC right back at you, and yelling, screaming, and shooting the gunsy. That's when you realise, oh shit, this is real. That's fake, and it's terrifying, and it's just haunting, and it haunts you at night. But yes, there's nothing to compare to what they went through, so you just can't think about it.
To the gentleman who just took a phone call, I take full responsibility. I obviously took that a little too far when I said use your phone. I didn't mean make phone calls, I'm sorry. If you're restrained from that part of it, the rest of it's great. Stuart, you've got an incredible story that is handed to you to massage, I suspect is the word I want to use, but you're better with words than I am by definition. How do you take this story, make it your story for the film without offending and whilst doing everyone good service and making it dramatically work and all of the other demands upon a script?
Well, the first thing you've got to know is it's a painting, not a photograph. You've got a documentary, you've got books out there. If you want to learn about all the little details of the battle, there's plenty of information out there, and I encourage you to do so because it really is fascinating. What my job was to distill all of that into the most exciting 2 hours that I could and tell the best possible story that I could. So we spent many weeks just kind of whittling down the screenplay from what I call like the 30,000 foot view, which oversaw all of it, down to the 1 and 2 foot view, where you're down on the ground with the soldiers and you're focusing on just 1 or 2 key relationships. The main one being Commander.
The rest of it's great.
And
Stuart,
telling the story through their
got an
eyes.
incredible story.
That was
handed to you too.
Once we got that, then we were telling an intimate story with a very distinct point of view about what these guys went through and how they sacrificed and how they survived.
Kriv, to come to the end of the line, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you at least some questions. Setting the scene, as I watched the film again this evening, and those opening scenes, it feels like almost the hardest decision, where to come into this story, how to set the scene, the action, has a certain, they have beats, there's, Stuart's got the script, but how did you come to that process of how to start the film, both in terms of where, but also that montage coming into the bombardment?
Good question. And before I answer that, I actually want to acknowledge someone in the room here. I didn't at the beginning of the introduction. That's my editor, Veronica Chenet, who's over there. She apologies for the social Charlie, but Veronica is really very much related to that question because she did an amazing job on this film, and I learned so much from Veronica's incredible editor. She's worked with Jane Campion and Philip Noyce and has an amazing track record. But that montage, that opening, openings and endings are really hard. They're always the hardest parts of the film, so it's the middle and so it's the bit at the beginning and the end.
The rest of it.
The novel. But the opening was, obviously there was a script, and the script kind of began with the opening cover of the titles and just placing us where we are and when we are. But we struggled a little bit with the opening in that, it was a bit too ponderous at the beginning and we just couldn't work out the best way to start. And you really can't start working in the beginning until you've got to the very end of the film. So you sort of have to reverse engineer. And it was a bit of trial and error. We even showed the film, we had a test screening and we showed it, and the consistent note was that the beginning just didn't grab people. There wasn't a sense of wanting to watch this film, and it took a long time before the film gained its momentum. So Walter actually as well, Walter Rackman, our editing assistant, is in the room as well. I kind of ran out of ideas. I think we're driving both Walter and Veronica crazy, and I think Veronica just let Walter one weekend come up with something, and that opening shot, that opened was something that Walter cut, and I saw it with a bit of objectivity and went, fuck, that's it, that's great. And then we used that, and this sort of coda, this opening coda, which is footage from the actual battle, but it started literally with a bang. So that was our entry point. So that's the sort of
I think the script was much more literal in that opening sequence. Here's where we are, here's what's happening, and here come the guys. And what you guys did in the editing room was to really grab the audience right off the bat and go, boom, we're in.
So this is a war movie.
Speaking of the audience, this is the part where if you put up your hand, you can get a question in. Now, before I do that, I'll show you how it's done, because I believe there is quite a few people involved in this film in the room. So if you were in the cast or the crew of this film, could you please put up your hand right now? Cast, crew. I want if you all do it, no one gets embarrassed. Another round of applause for everyone involved in this film. So they demonstrate how it works. It's like this, and the thing is, one doesn't fall off. I know it's scary. But if you put your hand up now, then you can ask a question, I'll come and grab you, or you can shout it out. We can use microphones and we can whisper it and I'll pass it on. Does anyone have a question they'd like to ask? Otherwise, excellent. So, would you like to shout it out, or do you want to bring your microphone?
Bring my voice. Just firstly, as a former digger, I think you did incredible telling the story, and I can't imagine it being done better. My question to you all is, were you massively surprised by the fact that so few Australians know this story? Like, we know Gallipoli, we know all these other elements of our history, but something that which you now all know, we all now know, has been such an important part of our military history. You're surprised that just so few people know about it?
Just to reiterate the question to the back of the room. The question was, were they surprised by how few Australians know this story? Which is a very good question, and for anyone or everyone.
I was certainly surprised. I learned about this in high school, and I was surprised. And I think the whole drive for me to be involved with this film was based on that surprise. Why do I not know about this incredible thing that happened? Why do I not know my own history? I mean, these are my people. This is my country. Why don't I know this? Why isn't this taught? Why isn't this honored? Why isn't this revered? Why don't we understand the sacrifice that we ask of these young men when we send them off to foreign places to fight wars that have no real end goal, So it really, really affected me, and I believe carried me through all those years to want to tell the story.
Do I have any questions straight away? Otherwise, I'm just going to charge up here. Hold on 1 second.
I've just got a very simple one. How did you choose the title for the movie?
How did you choose the title for the movie?
That came up one day when we didn't have a title, and we were just talking about probably the most impactful moment in the film was when they had to call down the artillery upon themselves. And so at that point they called the code signs danger close to let the artillery know you better be accurate because we're calling within 50 meters of our own position. And that once we recognized that, and I was like, that's a good 2 words, simple, kind of speaks to danger, speaks to, it's a military term, it kind of encapsulated everything. So it really came out of that.
Yeah, the original title was Long Tan, and people thought it was about someone stuck in a tanning machine.
Surfing movie, right? Got a long tan on the weekend. Righteous waves, Steve.
So I'm going to come to you in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, the Q&A is usually the guests who my greatest honour to introduce. However, I'd like to ask this gentleman to stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vic Simon. He fought in the Battle of Long Tan. Thank you very much for your service. Johnny, you have you come up with a question after that one? But you've got a question for our guests.
Sorry, Stuart?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The question I have, we see this in a lot of American movies, punching your command officer, that sort of stuff. Did that really happen? I mean, I know about the battle, but obviously not a lot of the personal sort of stories. Did that really happen?
No, it didn't. No, that was dramatized, yeah.
It's a very American thing, and it doesn't even happen there. It's always in Hollywood kind of movie. I just have one other question for Lofa.
Sorry, can I add to that? Because Large actually, in his letters, he writes about how he jobbed a Lance Corporal in a fight, and he got put up in front of the CO for the 3rd time, and they were going to dock him 21 days pay and put him on shitty duties for 21 days. And so he said, court-martial me, and basically got up, and they went, we don't want to deal with this, we don't want to court-martial him, we're going to have legs down because he's got 4 mates who have testified that he was provoked, and so he got away. So there is a slight amount of truth to his character, but we're trying to, and we're trying to keep that relationship sort of driving through the narrative.
Thanks for that. I just had one for Lofa there. I wonder, could you look in my camera?
No, I think we might. We'll save that for later.
Not to make it about you at this moment. We've got a question just up here.
Some of us here that generation and trained for that. And I was impressed with the reality of how you projected the Australian character. Was that difficult to achieve without overstating?
Yeah, that's interesting. Like I put in that mind about like when I get cross fighters and stuff, and you know, I wanted to have. I think we all wanted that gallows humor type part of it. When we met all the guys, the long tan guys, and we met the current guys. That was one thing that I think was a huge through line was the humour involved in a situation like this, like gallows humour in that way. And I think that's uniquely Australian. I mean, just taking the piss out of yourself and then everyone else around you. And you know, as an Australian, you're not friends. You know you're friends because they're the ones that take the biggest piss out of you. You know, and if you don't make fun of anyone, you're not really mates with them. And so I think that was like, you know, that's like the quintessentially Australian bit about the film for me. In that way, it was just, you know, we can't take ourselves too seriously.
Yeah, from my point of view, when I read the first draft, and when I started looking into the story of that long time, I was really amazed at how it was a unique story, because I don't think this story could have been fought in the American arena of war. And this whole idea of the egalitarian Australian nature was something that really attracted me to the story, knowing that that would be part of the drive of it and would be underscoring all the characters. And this whole thing that did happen, you know, they did go against orders, and in the military it's called, in the Australian military, it's actually called interpreting orders. So what you saw up there is true. You know, those pilots, Riley and Brandon, went out on their own accord and did that ammo job. So that to me is a really quite extraordinary thing. And really, I think what defines the film and separates it from other Vietnam War movies, because it's very much about the Australian perspective.
Trav, you're trying to avoid questions, I can tell, because you've not only told me that, you're trying to avoid the microphone. So I'm going to walk right back, hoping to find a question up there. But as I do, I'm going to say directly to you, you get a lot, and I mean, with all respect to Stuart, war films have cliche dialogue in them. It's almost impossible not to achieve. You have some of those lines, these sort of, you know, telling your superior officer, you know, that we're all going to die. How do you deliver those? How do you sort of find the justification so that you're not giving generic war line number 9? But and I say this sincerely believing that everything you deliver in this film comes across as sincere and meant and justified and earned.
If you met Harry, you'd probably understand it a bit better, but Harry's a very hard-nosed person, and a lot of the guys that survivors with Harry thank Harry and give him full respect for surviving, because he trained them so hard and pushed them so hard, and it was just a real big case of tough love, really. And I think he loved all of them, and yeah, it's just a huge case of tough love. You know, you wanted them to survive, and that's what you had to do to make that happen.
Sure. I'm up at the back of the room hoping for an arm to come out to justify all this exercise. There's a man just here who'd like to ask a question. I'm running. Excuse me.
This is just for the actors. When you said you did a boot camp, you only did a week of it. At the end of it, were you guys, for those that have been in the service and have spent time away, you become brothers, more than your own family. You guys, after 1 week, start to get that bond.
I mean,
well, I know that during that boot camp, I happened to turn 18. So that was a bit of a, I mean, if we weren't already bonded after that, before that night.
Make sure he turned 18.
Just make sure at that point. But yeah, I mean, that whole first week, not only were we just meeting each other, but it was, we had to bond and we had to find that nature. And I think it's pretty easy for Australian blokes just to really get along pretty quickly, as long as we're nice and good, which everyone loves, which is nice. But yeah, it was in that week. I mean, it was a very short amount of time to get ready. Not only did we have to learn all the technical aspects, but we had to become mates and be able to portray that those relationships in the film with respect. And yeah, it was difficult, but I think we managed to do it because they were great guys.
And I think I said it before, but when you're dealing with this story and this subject matter, everything of you gets left at the door before you walk in. You know, like you realise this is so much bigger than yourself and so much bigger than anything, and you're just trying to everyone jumped on board from the get-go. I think we all recognise the significance and the responsibility that we had making this film and telling this story, especially because a lot of these blokes are still here with us, and that's the great responsibility we all felt. And then, the camaraderie comes as well. You know, you spend 14 hours a day with each other for 2.5 months. So, and then on the weekends, you're all living in Kingaroy or the Gold Coast, and so you go out for beers on the weekend, and it's impossible not to have a team atmosphere. And filming's like a team atmosphere. It's a team sport, and it only works if you all work together. So, to have this story on top of that makes it pretty easy to become teammates and become brothers in that way. And little things as well. Like I used to bring the papers in every day, and we'd all sit around and because there's times when you're not all filming at the same time, and so you're sitting around. And these days with hand computers, everyone kind of sits on them sometimes when you're offset. But I used to bring the papers in every day. We'd do the crosswords, and we'd all do them together. And then when we did the easy ones, we'd all sit there for the rest of the fucking day trying to do the cricket one. And we had a couple of guys that were actually pretty good at it. Felix was pretty good. And so, you know, like those little things, like making sure that when we weren't acting off each other, we were still interacting with each other. And that kind of really added to the team atmosphere and to the bonding experience of it. And, you know, you're wet and cold and hungry some days, but then the extras who actually went to Iraq and Afghanistan go, well, we're not getting shot at. You know, it's pretty fucking good, isn't it?
We're developing a queue back here. So, over here.
I just wanted to say the closing song just always puts tears in your eyes. So I thought that was a brilliant choice putting that in. Guys, how does this now make you feel as far as your appreciation for our soldiers, past and present? Do you think you'll be a little bit more emotional next Anzac Day?
Yeah, a couple of us boys live in Los Angeles, and you know, we all went this year together, and so I think there's a shared camaraderie in going to the dawn service, and I don't know, it's definitely become more meaningful personally. I mean, I used to go prior to this, but I think when you talk to vets and you hear stories and you share a tiny sliver of their experience. You have a deeper understanding of it, and it's something I'm going to treasure and appreciate, I think, for hopefully, I believe.
I think what we hope the film will contribute to is perhaps this idea of reinventing Anzac, reinterpreting, because I think generationally Anzac means different things to different generations, and now that it's been 100 years since the First World War, where are our new Anzac stories? Where are new Anzac legends? And I think this is one of the reasons why we made the film, was to say, hey look, there are wars and there are men that have fought beyond the First World War and the Second World War. And obviously, the end footnote there at the end of this film says that when these guys came back, it took 45 years for them to be fully recognised. That was Harry Smith fought for 45 years to get these guys properly awarded, because they weren't. And when they came back, they were shunned. They weren't allowed, and a lot of the RSLs, turned them away, called them mercenaries. So I think this film is very much about us as a nation questioning what is Anzac, what's it mean, and I think it's malleable. It keeps changing, and I think this film hopefully is part of that conversation, part of that evolution of the idea of Anzac.
I just add to that quickly. I live in Los Angeles as well, and the American version of Anzac Day is Memorial Day, which is in May, so it's like a month after Anzac Day. And there was something about this year, I noticed the dawn services here in Australia were it just seems so much more reverential than the Memorial Day barbecues in America. For as pro-military as America is, I think Australia as a country is much more reverential about the soldiers who served and who have fallen and who have sacrificed than America is, and than really any other country I've seen. And I think it's one of the things that makes me most proud to be Australian is how much we revere what we ask our young to do. And over you, last question from you,
this is not actually to anybody on stage, but anybody who could provide an answer as to whether, does anybody think that these soldiers who went over to Vietnam did the wrong thing, considering Stalin, considering Pol Pot, considering Ho Chi Minh, considering Mao Zedong in his statement when he said that he was prepared to sacrifice every single Vietnamese person in order for his ideology, and that he was willing to wait out until every single Vietnamese person was dead in order to go against Western society.
I mean, no. You're talking about a bunch of dictators that killed a bunch of innocent people. This was, a bunch of young men that were asked to go by the government to go and defend, the institution of democracy, really. So no, I think they went over there and they gave everything they had to protect their friends and their mates and do the country proud. So I'm pretty
we made a very deliberate choice not to make a political film about the Vietnam War. That's been done. As I think we've said before, this was very much a story about these men, told from their perspective. I'm not the person to make the Vietnamese story. That story, I think, for the Vietnamese filmmaker made. And I've sort of said this before at a previous Q&A. For me personally, the most profound moment in making this film was we showed the film to the veterans a couple of months ago, and and to their families, and one of the commander's sons came up to us with tears in his eyes saying, "Thank you so much for making this film. I finally understand who my father is." So that kind of really floored me, because I realised, right, this is 53 years ago, that there is not one day in those men's lives and in their families' lives where those 4 hours haven't haunted them in some way. So I just hope this film goes towards, again, saying and talking about the idea of war, that war is a horrible thing. It scars not only the men that fought it, it scars the families, and it lasts for generations. So, hence, the idea of that song as well at the end, it's probably one of the first kind of songs that we talk about PTSD and the consequences of war. So, it's a Vietnam story. It's set in 1966 Vietnam, but it's, I think, a story about any veteran from any war on any side.
Finally, because I'm, an egomaniac here to just take control at the end. Gentlemen, you just said it's the story of these individuals. I'm just curious, in your research, particularly the actors in sort of looking into the men that you played, and Dan, you've already spoken to this a bit. Were there any just little stories that really highlighted who these men were? Obviously, we've seen one scene in their lives, but they were much bigger, robust individuals inherently. So, were there any in the research and in conversations, were there any sort of stories that came out about these guys that surprised you?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it was just this is not so much that, but Paul was just very excited that he was 21 in 3 different countries. He turned 21 when he got sent over to Vietnam. So he was 21 in Australia, turned 20, got there 21, and then he got sent by a scorpion, and I believe he got sent to the Philippines, and so he. So we went to the Philippines, so he was very excited. He wrote back about that.
I mean, Bob joined up when he was 17, and he had a funny thing. When he was younger, I think he grew up he was born in South Africa, and then when he was young, his family moved to Perth, and he dropped out of school when he was a teenager, and he got a job driving a ferry in Perth. And I think he was on that job for about a month and he crashed the ferry. And he thought, I better get in the army. and it was the right fit for him. That's who he was as a bloke. And that's one of the things, he's pretty prickly at the start. He's an interesting character though. And as a man, he's a very interesting man. And I think, yeah, just for him, it was what he was supposed to do. He then spent another 20 years, I think, in the army. Went down to Duntroon and was an instructor down there after that. And so, you know, for me, that kind of part of it was, this was who he was. And the reason he was a bit prickly and that not everyone loved him in the group, you know, in his platoon, was because he just cared about making sure everyone was, you know, much like Harry, like, we're here to do a job, and if we don't take it as seriously as anything, then people are going to get hurt. And that was a beautiful thing about Bob, I think, that he kind of, he tried a couple of things in his life, and then he found the right thing early on. And I don't think not everyone's lucky enough to find that in their life. But this was Bob, and he was truly a soldier through and through, and he still is.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find information about Grant. There really is not much. I mean, he lives in New Zealand now. I know that he was the youngest in 12th platoon. I don't know if he was the youngest in D Company. I know he was the youngest in 12th. I learned a lot about his character and his personality through the documentary that Martin made about Level 110, which started this whole thing 5 years back. And yeah, interviewing that, so it's just knowing what he's like. He still acts like the little brother and the young kid that he was in the battle, which is great. It's just sort of ingrained in him now. I've heard from a lot of, talked to Bob about it. Bob Hewitt, he just said he was just a younger, just a guy who just didn't really know shit and was really just the little brother they wanted to take care of. Yeah, there's not much information about it. I just basically how I learned about it.
Travis, anything surprised you about Harry?
I didn't get to talk to Harry that much actually. His stories I heard amazing stories about him, and a lot of the soldiers said, I hope you're going to act him like a real prick. Again, that was just down to him being very harsh on them and making sure that they're going to survive. He's actually got a great sense of humour, a great fellow, and a great family.
One thing that struck me about Harry was he was a conscript initially, and he just fell in love with it. And so once his conscription was done, he signed up for the regular army as a volunteer. So it was interesting to me that he had this kind of negative attitude towards conscripts because he was a conscript initially, but he fell in love with the military and what it was and everything, and it became everything to him.
It's very funny. He came to set one day with John Schwarzer, one of my producers was chaperoning him, and he said to John, he said, "No, here the ABC's coming in at the end and save the day." Yeah, never happened. Never happened. So, very hairy. But we showed it when we showed that screening, veteran screening. I was shitting blue bricks because he's a really tough man, and I've never seen him smile. He's like Clint Eastwood, like granite face. And he was the last person to come out of the cinema. It's a very long title sequence, and he looked at me and he came over to me and went, "Oh my God, oh my God." He put his hand and he smiled. Good work.
There's no better ending than that. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I would like you, the way it works is we're going to clap these gentlemen out of the room because they absolutely deserve this extraordinary thing. Please thank Travis, Luke, Dan, Nicholas, Stuart, and Kriv for an extraordinary film. Please thank everyone in the room who also contributed to David Close, to David Long Dan, the World for his instructions to give them a big applause. Get your board, don't be that big exciting thing. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have all had a room, I want to remind you of your job now. As Rick said, there's a hashtag, Danger Close Movie. There's a release date, August 8th. I'm in the media. We're really stupid. We obsess about that opening weekend. So please, go forth in social media. Explain to everyone what an amazing film is you've just seen, the extraordinary stories you've just heard. If you like, come see the film again tomorrow in see the film again. Tell all of your friends and family to see it. If you don't like it and disagree, agree respectfully, don't keep shum. Watch it again and change your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Giles Harry. Thank you for a wonderful evening. Please, once again,